Hey, welcome back to Doc's Boost. In this episode of Doc's Boost, it's all about door panel repair. Now, you guys have already know that the door panel repair I did a couple years ago was some easy, quick fixes, and I suggested the right glue, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. You've probably seen the video. But I also promised in that video, well, what do you do when that doesn't work? What do you do when that high-intensity glue that I suggested, the vinyl top glue for that Arizona heat, what do you do? Well, when you really have a chronic issue, like right here, this will never stick again. This is all dried out and peeled over, and it'll never stick. I don't care what kind of glue you put on there. We're going to do the fix for that in this episode. But before we get started and all that, what I need you to do is click that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell to set notifications for all the new content coming your way. And make sure you leave some comments down below here in the YouTube section to tell us all about your experiences in your door panel repairs and share that with the rest of the community. You probably have had these panels off before. We'll go over it real quick for you. We've got several screws all across the back here, across the bottom, and over in the front. They're all 7mm, and you got to take them out. Besides those, there's a few other hidden in here. One of them is hidden behind this little panel right here. Take that panel out of there, and you're going to find a screw right down there. And then you got another screw hidden in this panel right in here. So you can take that bolt out there. And there's one more hidden under here. Just pop that up. You got all that out of the way. We got another bolt right there. So let's disconnect the switch while we're here. So we're going to use a Torx head to get them out. And this should just pop right off. There you go. Let's see the clip. And then once you slide it up, you got to disconnect some wires here and here, and then you got to disconnect for the door release. Pop that out, slide it back through, and the panel is off.
Yes, we are.
So this is the panel we're going to put in there. We're going to rip all of this out of there and drop this in place. Oops, wrong side. Get the right one here. And drop it in place so when we get done, it's going to look something like that. It's going to be spectacular by comparison. This is going to be a lot richer when we're done. So the next thing we got to do is rip all of this out of here, which may not be an easy task, but we're going to try our best. Get it all right under there. You see that? The whole thing's coming up. So all of this comes out. little bit of scraping to go, but see, it all comes off. Not going to use any of that again. We've got some of this to still get off of here. And you got to work carefully because you don't want to mar up or scratch any of the door panel itself, because there's no going back. Once that's scratched, that scratch will be there forever. Some of the best ways I found in order to get the excess glue off of there is use some paint stripper. What I used was a quick strip paint stripper. Shake it up, put it in a cup, paint it on, and wait 15 minutes. And the excess glue from ripping that panel off will come off really easy and smooth. The cleaner the surface, the easier it is for the replacement panel to fit perfectly and snugly and stay in place. About the cleanest we're going to get this thing. What's really important is getting in the groove and making sure that that groove is clean. And you can see that those grooves are pretty darn clean. They're not 100%, but they're going to be great. They're going to have that panel fit in there the way we want to. All right? So be careful when cleaning that out. Try to get the groove as clean as possible. And don't forget that one right there, because that's really important too. And that little part right there. Pretty much the finished product as far as getting it ready to glue. We've got it down pretty good. And as you can look, there's still a few things here and there, but all of that's going to be covered up once we put the panel in. So now it's time to tape it off. Well, now we're going to start prepping for the spray adhesive. We're going to cover the door panel with tape around the edges and cover the center section with tape and some plastic, and then we're going to spray adhesive on this area as well as the back side of the panel. We're going to be using 3M90 high-strength contact adhesive for the job. You can see that the cleanup is pretty good. It's more than what's necessary, I believe, but I always like a good, clean job to start with. Always makes for a better outcome. We're about to spray both the panel and the insert. And it's supposed to be quick drying, quick contact, instant bond. It is kind of a precise spray, and it even says
precise.
Let's see, precise spray control. So it's not bad. It is kind of precise. I was laughing at it at the store.
Supper's ready. Supper's ready.
Okay.
So we're going to go with that instant bond thing. I've been shaking it for a while, so we're going to spray it, let it sit for a few minutes, and then go with it.
I think it's good, old chap.
All right, there's that. All right, now it's in place, and we're tearing up the tape, the last of the tape. Now, I actually recommend doing this before you take the masking off, but it's okay to do it right after as long as you work fast. You need to get the panel in place right where you want it. And then what I did is I placed a 25-pound dumbbell right there in the middle, so keep it in place and keep it pushed against the panel so the glue can start to set. After that, you have to go around the edges across the top and push it in place until you hear it snap. Now, sometimes you got to push really hard and sometimes not so hard, but you should feel it move into the groove if it's not already in there. What you're looking for is a flush, connection so the surface of the panel is at the same level as the surface of the insert. And once you got that done across the top and across the armrest, then you want to concentrate on the strip going below the armrest, and there you usually have to push really hard. There, and make sure you hear it snap. You'll actually see that strip tipped just slightly, and you really got to push hard to get it in there, but keep pushing till you get it to snap in place. Once you got it all snapped in place, you can take the weight off, and you're done. It's ready for cleanup. And it's actually looking pretty good here.
Way better.
We got some cleanup around the edges, but after the cleanup, it's going back on. And putting it on is going to be the reverse of taking it off, right? Looks pretty good. A lot better than it did before, right?
For sure. Rolling.
All right, so we're just going to put it back together in reverse order. Maybe. Connectors, wires, stick that up there, stick that up there. Pick it up. Drop it. In place. And here we go. It looks beautiful. It's perfect. And that ain't gonna peel down, that's for sure. All right, we're just going to do the other side just like we did this side, and we'll be done with the pair. Even though the other side's not falling apart, we're not going to take any chances. We're going to go ahead and do both sides. So, hey, that's all I got for you in this episode of Doc's Boost. So, before we go, make sure that you click the like button, subscribe, and ring that bell to set notifications for all the new content coming. And make sure you leave some comments down below to share with the rest of the community. So, until next time, we'll see you later, and thanks for watching.